is actually coming out on April 24th. 2026 has been a doozy of a year for me personally already, these first few months. Of course, the world is nuts and the country is even crazier. But professionally, things are going really well. I ended up, I don't know.
The bright side.
Someone asked, they were just like, do you find it hard to write in these troubled times? I was like, my next 13 albums are written. Yeah. The most exciting thing, I guess, although it feels like maybe the second most exciting, we'll talk about that later, but I got signed to a label this year for the first time, which is crazy. So, me being me and the type of music that I do, like, it was a very difficult thing to even entertain, because the kinds of music that I write, the kind of music that I sing, like the thought of some label being like, well, that's a little too edgy, can we tone it down a little bit? And so the fact that it is the label in charge of caring for the legacy of Woody Guthrie and Pete Seeger and Odetta and so many of my heroes, I think I did a good job. I think I'm in the right place. So TRO, Essex, and Seamus Records, they've been amazing. We released Forged in Fire in March, and this month we are going to be releasing 2 songs. One, which is actually this song that I'm going to play for you now, which is a rewrite of Woody Guthrie's absolutely incredible song, Deportee. Parenthetically, that song is known as Plane Wreck at Los Gatos. When things kind of first started really going off the rails last summer, with regards to how this administration was treating immigrants, Woody's song was just on my heart, kind of nonstop. If you're not familiar with that song, many decades ago, there was a plane of migrant workers who had finished doing the work that they were brought here to do. They were being sent back to their home, and the plane that was carrying them crashed in Los Gatos Canyon. And I believe it was 37 people died in that crash. And as the news, the local media at the time, the national media at the time, as they were talking about this tragic loss of life, they were just kind of referring to them as just a bunch of deportees, just a plane full of deportees. No real regard for their humanity, no real seeing of them, which is what we are experiencing now, which is why so much of what is happening now is happening now. And so Woody's song had been on my heart, but there were some lines in that song that I thought could use an update, and the perspective in that song, because so much of what we were seeing happening was happening to people who are citizens of this country. They are citizens of this country. And so I wanted to give that song an update. And so this is it. This is called Citizen. I hope if you know the melody of Woody's song for the chorus, I hope you'll sing that and hum along. The echoes of yesteryear's darkest hour are rumbling louder with each passing day. They're snatching up fathers and babies with cancer and shipping them off without reason or rhyme. In Oklahoma, a mom and her daughters were robbed of their money and newfound peace. At first, it seemed like a home invasion, but to their great horror, the shirts read police. Goodbye, Fifth Amendment, goodbye, due process, adios, mi familia, y mis libertades. They won't ask your status once you board that ice bus. They won't call you citizens, just deportees. No human is illegal, no president king, but the parchment that defines us is brittle and frail. There's no more asylum at the Mexican border, just seekers chased like outlaws, like rustlers, like thieves. They die in our hills, they die in our deserts, they drown in our oceans and crash in our planes. They die beneath the flag in war after war, but the red-hatted faithful still hates them just the same. Goodbye, Fifth Amendment.
and follow the rules. Oh, they're just trying to make it like me and like you. And while families get scattered like dry leaves, the felon-in-chief says they're just deportees. But who do you think keeps the orchards from rotting? Or does all the jobs nobody else will? And which ones of us will they round up next? If it's happening to some of us, it's happening to us all. Goodbye, Fifth Amendment, goodbye, due process. Adios, mi familia, mis libertades. They won't ask your status once you board that ice bus. They won't call you citizens, just deportees. No, they won't call you citizens, just deportees.
Thank you so much.